Hello, Claudia, and welcome to our spot where we talk about personal photographs that we have a special identification or memory with them.
Thank you for having me here, Letty. For me, it's an honor to be here. I'm really happy.
Well, let's hope that we are in a nice, pleasant environment where you feel you can talk easily about what you're going to see. So firstly, I put this, it says Colombia, and I think this is where you are from.
Yes, I'm from Colombia. Colombia is located in South America. Our neighbors countries are Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, and Brazil. And now Panama. We have both oceans, the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic or Caribbean Ocean. And I live in the center of the country, which is located the capital city, Bogota. I'm in the middle of the country. It's a mountain city. Our altitude is 2,600 meters above sea level.
If I understand this, Bogota is in the middle, in the center of the country. It's the capital city. And you are in a mountainous region and you are above sea level. So to breathe, is it difficult to breathe?
For many people, yes, because it's very high.
Right. So does this affect your daily life or now you are used to it?
No, we are used to. I am from Bogota, so for me it's easier. It's easy. I have no.
And just to finish about this, during the year, the climate, what kind of climate do you have?
We don't have seasons in Colombia. It's a tropical weather. There is maybe a rainy season in some months of the year, but mainly we don't have snow, for example, but we have snow peaks in certain regions, but we don't have snow.
Right. So would you say the climate is humid?
We have many climates depending on the altitude of the places, because near to the coast is sunny, dry. It depends on the location. We also have forests and different.
Exactly in which part of Colombia you are. That is the climate that you have. Right.
Yes, here where I live is cold weather. The average temperature is between 9 degrees and maybe 14 degrees.
Right.
Is the weather.
Where I live, for example, the lowest temperature normally that we go down to is 7. And the highest could be 35, but we have a lot of humidity. We can have 80% of humidity. So you always feel like clingy and sticky. It can get a little unpleasant. So it's just a curiosity of mine to ask you these questions. Right then, we're going to start with your photographs. Now, I've no idea what this one is.
This picture, it's very, very special for me. My family is very big. We are 12. And here is a Halloween party that we organized many years ago. And all of them are my siblings and also my mother. And we dressed up and we organized a custom party. And it was so funny because I'm in the middle and I dressed up with my dark skin because I was representing a singer, Celia Cruz.
Oh,
She's a
yes. Azúcar.
azúcar, and I was representing her, and it was so funny because no one knows that it was me behind the custom. It's pretty weird because you don't know behind the custom who is who.
Yeah, so when you see this photograph, you remember how much you enjoyed it because nobody recognized you. Nobody knew who you were behind the costume of this famous, where is she from? She's not from Colombia, she's from Cuba, no?
Cuba, Cuba.
I forget things so easily. So she's a famous Cuban singer, but very famous in North America. She made lots of friends there in North America. And
Yeah.
her famous
The
word
main
was,
reason.
she always used to say sugar, but in Spanish, azúcar, when she finished the song, and everyone recognized her for that, no?
Yes, and she was so cheerful all the time. She sang salsa, and she was always so energetic. And when I used this costume, I felt like her because I was singing and I was saying azúcar, sugar all the time, and it was, oh my gosh,
So
it
you
was incredible.
really the part of her dressed in that fancy dress costume, it took over you, and you could hide by this costume and be someone that you're normally not. So this is the
Yeah.
beauty of getting dressed up in a fancy dress costume. And this occasion was Halloween. So
Yeah,
it's a
that was
very happy, memorable photo that you have brought there. Now, the next one. Wow.
oh, this picture. It's a composition of pictures. I was living in Lima, Peru, and one of the most beautiful or amazing things for me was the food and the seafood, especially because Lima is located in the seashore. Is I think is the only capital city that is located in a seashore, and of course the food, the main food is fish. They have almost 1,000 species of fish,
Oh,
and it
varieties.
that's yes, and that was my first time when I went to the fishing market, and I was astonishing looking those variety of fish because I'm from the city, so for me the fish is in the supermarket. I go to the
Yes, and it's
supermarket and
very
buy.
boring and bland, and it's not fresh.
And when you see the real fish, for example, the octopus,
Yes,
enormous octopus. Oh my gosh, they are enormous. And it's beautiful, it's colorful, and
and the
then
smell,
smells so, oh yes.
the smell
The
could be the not very negative thing. Well, this reminds me of where I live. I live near the coast as well, and we have a fish market. And maybe we don't have so many varieties, but we have fish every day. So over here, I don't know the names of them, but this is, you have shellfish, right? You have shellfish. And here, I think these are calamar, like squid. And where I live, we have tuna. And tuna could be like a 7-year-old child. It's enormous. And then they cut it up because in the middle of the sea, we have a tuna factory where the tuna are free in a place, and then they export the tuna when they get so big, like a child. You can imagine how big they are, and they export them to Japan.
Mhm.
So we can have fish every day. And it's one of our symbols is fish. And we are called after one of the fish that we have here. So the people that live here are called Caballa, and that's a fish that's here. And that's
Okay.
what our name is. So this brings about other memories when you were in a different place, no? When you lived in a
Yes,
different place.
yes. In this picture, there's in the left bottom side, the white fish. It's an amazing fish because the name is lenguado or sole.
Our soul,
And
yes.
yes, and it has a particularity because the fish has the both eyes are in the same place because it's
On the
usually
side.
on one side, and it's amazing because it has two eyes in the same side
One next to
and
each other.
yes, because it grows, maybe I don't know if it's that the word grows in swallow places, and it's
In the sand area.
swimming or in one side by side.
Yeah.
So it developed that characteristic, and the eyes moved to one side just to see the surface. It's
But we
amazing,
have
and
this.
it's delicious.
Yeah, but we have this fish here as well. And like you say, it's called linguado or sole. And in England, they eat it as well, but it won't be fresh. It'd be lemon sole. So you have like a big one, which is a place, Plaice, and sole from the same family, I think is smaller. So I don't know all the vocabulary to do with fish. It's quite interesting. And people need to look at the names of the fish in English because each place is different, no?
Yes, you can see the variety, and the shrimps are enormous. I was surprised because I used to eat little shrimps, but the Peruvian shrimps are like lobsters, the
Right, so
size
they're
of the
massive.
hand. Oof,
Yes. So if
yes.
you like fish, and fish is very good, it's fantastic. I love when you go to a bar or a restaurant and they fry the fish because they know how to do it. And it's just right golden brown and it's so delicious. And I'm not from a place that I grew up with fish, but I prefer fish now to meat. Now,
Mhm.
this looks fantastic.
Oh, it is. It is. That's Machu Picchu. That's the sanctuary. And when you travel, when you go to Peru, you need to go to that place. It's an amazing, amazing, astonishing place. It's the lost city of Incas.
All right, the
And
Incas, right.
yes, it's located in Cusco, one city of Peru. And this city date back 14th, 40th century, 14th century.
The 14th century. It goes back there. Did they worship the sun god in this place?
Sorry, could you tell me
Did
that
they
again?
worship the sun? Was their god the
Um,
sun? I can't remember. The Incas had a very primitive god, and I think it was the sun.
yes, but this city, yes, it has a site named the Temple of Sun, where in some seasons, they were able to identify the season because of the sun
Yeah, the
in one
movement, the place of the sun.
movement of, yeah, it's very beautiful. This is one of the seven marvelous of the world.
Seven wonders of the world. Seven wonders of the. And have you actually been here?
Yes, I was there, and it's the energy of the place, the majesty of the mountains. Oh, it was
And how do you
unforgettable.
get up there? Walking.
You go to Machu Picchu, you need to take a train from a closed city that is named Aguascalientes, and you take a train to the city, and after that you take a bus, and the road is very narrow, and you
And you're
are
looking
saying,
down?
it's a mountain. You go by bus, and but the road is very it's narrow, and when there are two buses,
All
it's
right.
complicated because you know that you are
Looking down.
climbing. Yes, but it's so narrow. Then the bus need to go back for a little and on one side, and the other bus barely pass one
Yeah.
side, and
So
you,
they
oh
have to
my,
maneuver. They have to maneuver the position so they're able to, but you are in the bus thinking, oh my God, am I going to make it?
and you think they are gonna crash and you are gonna fell down. Oh my gosh. But after that, you go to the sanctuary, and it is a touristic place, and you pay your ticket. It's very organized. Indeed, there is a hotel, a luxury hotel where tourists can book,
Okay.
stay there. And after that, you go, of course, by foot, and
Right.
you can visit all the places. There is an entrance, and the exit is in other
Right. Right.
side.
So you enter, you go on foot around. It might be like a maze. No, you go around and you finish at the exit. And it's one in a lifetime experiences.
Yes, it is. It's very beautiful. It's wow.
Yeah. Well, the photograph's fantastic as well. Right. I've no idea what this one is. It looks like a symbol on the ground.
That's another amazing place is Nazca Lines. The Nazca Lines were also in Peru, and these mysterious geoglyphs. There are enormous figures made with stone, and for centuries, also for centuries, and there are many figures, and you can appreciate it only from heights. And there
From
are
high up,
some
right? So you need to be high up to look down to appreciate it. And these lines, you said they're made with stones, small stones.
small stones, and they are carving into over the ground, and but for centuries. And the images are, for example, the more common are hummingbird, the monkey, the tree, and you can appreciate it from height. There are
So this is like
some,
a viewpoint. This is high up, a viewpoint where you are, a special place where you can
yeah,
look down and appreciate the form. I thought it looked like a hand, but maybe not.
that, yes, that's like a hand. There's I think that's the beard, the beard. You can appreciate it. But if you are in the down in the
On the
earth,
ground.
in the ground, you can see anything.
Right, so if you're down on ground
That's a
level, you
stone.
can't see anything, you can't appreciate anything. You need to go
Yeah,
high up. You should go up in
exactly.
a balloon, in a hot air balloon, and travel over it, for example. So,
Airplanes, there are touristic airplanes just to see the figures.
right, so it's well organized so people can go and see everything, no? Well, this is very different now.
Yes, that's another experience, because it is that is a roller coaster
In the fun
in
fair.
SeaWorld Orlando, Florida, And the name,
right. Okay, so it's a theme park. A theme park.
yes, and
So,
that's the name of that attraction is Manta Raja, like a big fish, and it's wow. I think I have fear of heights, but I was with my kids, so they went to the attraction. Let's go, mom! And oh my gosh, this is
so you didn't want to disappoint them. So you had to do it because you didn't want to disappoint them. So this is in Orlando, in Florida, and this is a theme park there.
Yes.
Is it a Disney theme park or another one? Oh no, SeaWorld.
SeaWorld Orlando, and that roller coaster goes to a high speed around 90 kilometers per hour, I think, and it's very high, more than 40 meters high, and you go upside down.
Down,
So
yeah, upside down. Yeah, very good. Yeah, upside down.
like
So
like
you like
were
going on rides? You like going on rides, or you only did this for your children?
Oh, that was my first time in a roller coaster, and I was so afraid. I was terrified, but I was with them. So let's go, let's try how it is. But I was petrified, really.
I couldn't do it. Even for my children, I couldn't do it because this is called a ride. And there are different rides in the theme parks. And normally they're high up or they go fast, but I couldn't do it. I'm too frightened. And I imagine you were screaming, no? Screaming.
There is I don't know, I feel so proud nowadays because for my kids that was amazing, and they come home and to the school and they told all the friends, oh, my mom was with us and she go to all the attractions with us, and my mom is amazing. Oh my gosh.
So it was worth all the fright of going on the rides, and because they were so happy. It was one of the happiest moments for them because they were proud that you went with them. Yes, I can imagine that, because I can't go on any of the rides with my children. I've stood on the bottom while they have gone on. Right then, Claudia. Yeah.
For me, it was an opportunity to overcome my own fears, because you need to confront to your fears, but you need to know that you can do it. And it was very important because after that, oh my gosh, I'm able to do many things that I've never imagined before.
I don't know what to say to you because I can't remember how many years ago, but a friend of mine, we used to walk past the fun fair every weekend. And she says, Letty, let's go on the ride. Not as big as that, not as dangerous as that. And it was like an octopus, and it used to go up and down like this and then go fast and whatever. And I used to say, no, I don't like it. I don't want to go on it. But one day I said, okay, let's go on it. For me, it was the worst day of my life. I screamed all the time I was on it. And I was about 50 something. So I don't think I was a child or anything. And I thought I was going to fall off it because we were moving up and down so much. I thought I was going to fall off. It was the worst experience. My heart was here. So I admire you that you wanted to overcome your fear. I tried it once and I will not be doing it again, even if someone begged me to do it, because I just can't do it. I just got so frightened. So Claudia, thank you very much for sharing your photographs with us and your experiences.
It was a pleasure to see the pictures and just to bring to my mind those amazing moments. I was so happy when I took those photos. Thank you.
So the memories came back and you remembered the good moments when you took those photographs.
Yes.